look here. So when it comes to Consensus Snap, it is a Chrome extension. You can get it for Edge as well. And you know what, Derek, if you could go into the knowledge base and grab the 2 articles on how to download this and post that in the chat, that would be helpful for those who have not seen it yet.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you. So Snap, it's a Chrome extension. Derek's going to be posting the link here if you have not already downloaded it. But once you do, you'll just enable this extension, and it's got a couple of different use cases. The first one being, it's another way of sending existing demos, just a quicker way of doing that. Right now, you may be going in to the create demo boards within the desktop version of Consensus, and you go through and you craft your demo board and create it, get the link and send it out. This is just another way of doing that, but it's a little bit quicker. The second use case is recording new single videos. Now, what I mean by that is, and here's a little bit of what that looks like. So on the left there, you've got your library that you have access to. You can search for the different demos, find the one and create your link, but you've also got the ability to record those single videos. Now, you do have to have a certain set of permissions in order to get this single video option. So if you do not, talk to your system administrator and they'll see if you do have access to send these out. But what these single videos are really good for are creating videos just like on the snap, really quick. There's no personalization. There's no, the prospect doesn't answer anything. It's just one video. So that's the option there. I'm going to kind of walk you through this, and we're actually going to record one as well, but I wanted you to see just kind of the basic interface. Another option with Snap is the Gmail integration. Now, we've got a speaker later this afternoon, Alex, who's the Director of Client Success. He's going to be going a little bit more over the Gmail integration, the Outlook integration, the Salesforce integration for Snap, so you can send out demos that way. So look for that later on if you want to see how those work. But these are just kind of just the basic interface for that tool. Now, we have had some updates for those of you who were familiar with Snap. The first one being, I've got a little screenshot here, is the, edit previous link. So previously, if you had created a demo board, it was kind of harder to go back and let's say, oh, I forgot I needed the text link rather than the image link. It was hard to go back to that point so you could get that new link. So what you can do now from the main page, the main interface with Snap is you've got the edit previous link. I'm just not going to scroll down there. That button there, and when you click on that, that will pull up the last link that you created, and then from there you can edit it, add more people if you needed to. So that's a new feature there. We've also got, when it comes to the existing, let me go backwards here. We've got this new recent tab, and what this will do, previously it was just all of the demos you have access to, or it would break it down by the single, standard, or advanced demos that you have been assigned to be able to send out. We've got now is this new recent one, so it will pull, I think it's the 10 most recent demos you've sent out. So if you're sending one particular demo out a lot during the day, this is going to make it a lot easier to access that demo and send it out quickly. Part of what Snap is being able to send out demos quicker. That was one thing that we've heard, that was feedback we heard from a lot of people, is we want to send out demos, we want to send them out quicker. We want to get more dials in, we want to get more emails sent out, more demos in front of people. And so we're always trying to figure out how we can make this process quicker, more efficient. So there's that new recent tab there. Jump back over here. Another new feature is we've got the demo preview. So you've gone all the way through, you've created your link, and now you have this little preview option. So just like you would have the ability to preview on the desktop version, you can now hop in here and do a quick preview of the demo itself and make sure it's exactly how you want it to look and it is the right demo. So that's a new section there. Some of you may have noticed this user contact info. This has been out for a couple of weeks now, but people are still getting used to that. Here's a little example over here. So this is the right half of the demo player. But if you have gone into the My Profile section in Consensus and updated your information, this will now preview on your demo boards. So I would highly recommend for those who were sending out a lot of demos, trying to get in contact, either top of the funnel or it doesn't matter anywhere in the sales cycle. When you're connecting with your clients, this is extremely helpful. What you can do, you can throw in your email, your phone number. We use HubSpot for its calendars. I know I've got some people in here that I've trained and worked with before. You know that in order to schedule with me, you just scheduled through my HubSpot calendar. Well, now that little icon there takes you to my calendar. So you can schedule meetings and trainings with me. So just another way of getting in contact with me quicker. You've got the LinkedIn chat, the LinkedIn link, excuse me. And then there's also the WeChat and WhatsApp. I don't have any of those profiles or else I would have linked them there, but you can set up direct links to your profiles in those services as well. So again, that is under the My Profile section up at the top right when you're logged into Consensus. I would highly encourage you to go in and fill out your personal information there. One other thing is this new desktop notification. Now, I believe it's going to default to on for you guys who are new to downloading Snap. But what this does is when you're just about done and you've copied your link, when you click that copy, Snap is now going to automatically close. And what's going to happen is that you're going to get this little notification that just making sure that you know that it was copied and now you can paste this into your email. So just trying to make this a quicker and a more seamless experience for you guys who are sending out demos. So those are all the new updates, but we've got even more coming out in the next, probably Q1 of this upcoming year. So look out for that. I had the opportunity this week to do a training for someone who had been in Consensus for a while now, but he had never really used Snap. He didn't really see the need for it. But we walked through it. He said, well, this is great. Why doesn't everyone else use this? I said, exactly. And that's what I want to help you guys here is to see the use case of it and get it implemented into your process. Now, for those of you who hopped on my training yesterday where we talked about some best practices for salespeople, you may have seen this slide already, but it still pertains in this situation. Let's say you've got your link, you've got your demo you want to send out. How do you send this out? You want to send an email that is going to get noticed. There was a study done by McKinsey that the average full-time worker gets about 120 emails every day. So if you want your demo to be noticed, you've got to really drive people to it. So here are some of the best tips when it comes to sending out those emails. You want to keep it short. You don't want it too long. You don't want to overstate what you're already going to be covering in the demo that you're sending to them. You want to push them towards watching it. The main call to action when you're sending this demo is to be watching the demo. Watch this video. Watch this automated video demo. Any variation on that. You can use any option you'd like, whether it be the image, the button, or the text. However, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you guys to use that image link option. It's got that play symbol. You can personalize the text that shows up at the bottom. Some of you already this week may have received a demo from me where I used this image and sent you a demo that looks a lot like this. It's asking to be clicked on. It's asking to be watched. So use that link, that image link option. Next, you can, like I mentioned, you can personalize the text that shows up in the bottom there. So definitely utilize that. Here's some common phrases that you can throw in there. Personalized demo, interactive video, give them the time commitment, include their name in there. And that doesn't just go for the personalization down here at the bottom. It's also your subject line for your email. And then the next and kind of final tip right now is that time investment. Let them know how long it's going to be. It goes a long way in being upfront with your prospect. If it's going to be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, tell them. They're going to be appreciative that you did. So doesn't matter if it's for Snap, any demo, these that you send out, these tips are going to be helpful for you. Talk a little bit about the use cases. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use Snap or just Consensus in general for sending out demos. I get one of the big use cases we see with Snap are these FAQ demos. They're queued up, they're ready to go. You may have a topic that you get asked about all the time, and it's great to have those just ready in Snap that you can send out. For us, at Consensus, it may be, hey, can you tell me a little bit about your Salesforce integration? Well, I've got a great FAQ demo that I can quickly access in Snap and send out right away. Next one being those closing demos. I know our sales team here, when they are getting ready to close a deal, they've got the contract information, they're just going back and forth on that. What our salespeople will do is they will record themselves talking about the contract, talking about the details of the deal, and then they'll send that out as well as attach a copy of the contract. And I'll show you here in a second how to do that. But it's just another way of utilizing video in a way that will help drive your sale. So those closing demos are extremely important. Those welcome demos as well. You may progress really far with a contact to the point where you don't really feel like you need those welcoming demos, those high level demos, but you may get 75% of the way through your sales cycle and a new person has been introduced in this deal. And so you've got to jump back and send them that welcome demo so that they can become up to speed on what Consensus or your product is and feel a little more comfortable. And then expansion demos. We talked a little bit about this. I think it was Peter Cohen yesterday spoke a bit about expansion demos. Just because someone has signed up for your product, they're now a customer, doesn't mean that Consensus can no longer be of use. Use Consensus to drive expansion. Maybe you've got a new product that the customer is not using yet. Well, this is a great way to start pitching that new product, that new feature. So using video in your sales cycle, no matter where it is extremely helpful. One other item I saw here, and I think I saw a question about it, was kind of a CS use case. I'm in CS, Derek's in CS. Derek, I'm going to ask you really quick. How often are you sending out demos via Snap?
For me, probably 4 or 5 times a week. And most of these really are FAQ demos that I get a customer that has a question about a specific tool or feature in our platform, to where if I don't have one already ready to go, like if somebody asks me for a mail merge, feature questions about that, I can just send one that I've already got prepackaged and ready to go. But if they ask me something that maybe doesn't come up a whole lot, I may need to record just a quick Snap video for them to go over that feature. But yeah, I'd say about 4 or 5 of those a week.
Awesome. Yeah, there's so many use cases for this. Um, as members of the CS team, we try to keep in regular contact with our clients as well. And rather than just sending a plain email once a week, a month, a quarter, try recording a video of yourself. Um, People like to, I mean, with the use of technology, people still like to have that human component, especially we've all been cooped up at home for the last year. People will love to see your beautiful smiling face. So for your client outreach, send them a quick video, ask them how they're doing, talk a little bit about your product, maybe some new features that are coming, talk about if they've had any issues or any bugs they've reported lately, report back, but with a video. So there's so many ways that you can use that single video option that will be extremely helpful for you guys. What I want to do really quick though is just walk you through sending one out right now. Just kind of show you how easy it is. So I'll pull this up here. Now I previously recorded a little ConsensusCON reminder demo. Some of you guys may have got it. I recorded it with Snap. It's now there ready to go for me to send at the drop of a hat. But let's just quickly send that out to Derek really quick. So we'll come in here. You can preview now as well. You see the little eyeball, that's a new preview feature as well. So you can, just like you would be able to under your Manage Demos tab in the desktop version, you can preview here. But let's just select this one. I want to send this out. If I'm sending this over to Derek, I'll just put his information in. Derek, everyone knows your email. I apologize.
Yeah, thanks for flooding my inbox even more than it already is.
No problem. One item, you do not have to add title, but if I know it, I will. And you can add more people to this demo as well. Just hit the little plus icon there. And then we'll continue on. And just like in the desktop version, we'll see the different link types we have. And we can set up our notifications and tracking. Setting up those notifications and having those go to you are really important. So have those on. That user contact info, kind of like what I showed you earlier where my almost digital business card was on the demo player. You want to leave that on. And then what I like to do, come in here, throw in a little, so I've got a micro demo for Derek and tell him it's going to be about 7 minutes. Oops. There we go. Now what you can do, you can scroll through here and it's going to take a few different screenshots from throughout the demo. Or if you've just got an image that you really like and you want to use as your standard image when you send out demos, you can upload that here. From here, we can do a quick preview, make sure everything looks good, and then we'll just, oops, lost my screen here. That's weird. Then you'll just copy and paste that into your email. And you can see here, that new feature, as soon as I hit copy, this is now closed. I've got that new notification telling me that it's copied and I'm ready to go. And if I pull it up, I thought, oh, I forgot to do something. Just pull up that edit previous link and it's going to pull it up again. So this is really great for quickly sending out these demos. Just like that, we're finished with this. You do have the track option so you can see just quickly at a glance who's engaging, who's watching your demos, and just get a little information on that. So that was an existing demo. I'm going to show you guys really quick how to record those new single videos. From here you can see I've got my camera on and that's going to pop up down in the corner here. You'll see me talking about the different features. I can choose my screen, window, whatever tab I want. If I have different cameras or microphones, I can turn those on here as well. And then if I have a video already and I've got that file, I can just upload it here as well. So for those of you who maybe your marketing teams or someone already have a lot of video files that you want to send out, just upload it right here and you'll be good to send those demos out. So you would just come in here, you'd hit record, choose whatever screen it is. It's going to give you a countdown. We'll close that, and then we'll talk about whatever feature it is that the customer had a question on. When we're done talking, we'll come up here. You'll see the little kind of pulsing orange there. Hit finish. And what this is going to do is it's going to pull up just a kind of a modest editor. And from here, what you can do, you can crop your screen. So I don't want to see them to see all the million tabs I always have open. I don't want this pop-up to be there. So I'm going to trim off the beginning and end of that video there. I had my video on when I recorded, but if I don't want that to show up in the video, I can turn it off, or I can change where I'm showing up. And then I can throw in a little title there. From there, I'll just hit done editing. And it'll just take a second to process. I can add my attachments here. So just like I mentioned, when you're going through those red lines, you're sending that contract back and forth. Attach it right here on this demo board, and you can send that back and forth, as well as having a video to accompany it. Just like before, we'll put in a title, the organization. This is the one that you're sending it to. I had that come up this week. It is not your organization, it's who you're sending it to. Put the information in. Let's say I'm sending this to myself. And just like before, you get to the end, you'll choose your link and send it away. So really easy way of creating those single videos, those quick single videos. I mean, we're in the age of TikTok and Snapchat. People like to watch videos. They like to learn from videos. So this is a great way of engaging people with this type of content. I think I'm going to call it right there. We've gone over quite a bit today, but I do want to open it up right now for some questions. If we do have anything, any questions from the audience here. Also, Derek did post the links for downloading Snap in the chat.
Yeah, Miles, there are a couple questions that have come through. Is this session being recorded so I can review it later?
It is. It is being recorded. That'll be ready, I think, Monday or early next week. So you guys will have access to that. And then if you, if I am your CSM or Derek or Alex, and you want to learn a little bit more about this topic, or you want your team to be trained on it, just reach out to us and we can get up a time scheduled to get your team trained on this.
Does everyone have access to the Snap tool?
So everyone has access. Everyone has the ability to download and use Snap. The only difference lies in what is your role. Now for system admins, anyone who has that sales role will only have access to, let me go back a little bit, that existing tab. So they'll only have the ability to send out demos they've been assigned. If you want people to be able to send out these single videos, this is that role, sales, and then in apostrophes or quotations, it's user-owned demos on. So there is a difference there. If there are any questions on that, let me know. But yeah, everyone has access to this. But if you want that extra functionality with those single videos, there is a change in the role. Great question.
All right, here's another, Miles. When I first tried Snap, I would get Windows notifications indicating that someone had watched the video. This was an issue because there was no way to turn it off. This is a problem if I'm on screen doing a live demo. Is there a way to turn this off now? When I spoke to my CSM about this originally, he said there wasn't a way to do this, so I uninstalled Snap.
So I know with the most recent one update, there was the ability to toggle those notifications on and off. With your particular use case, I would want to look at that a little further. I would reach out to your CSM and have them look through that with you. Another good question.
Okay, and one last question. If anybody else has any more, please put them in the Q&A section. But are you able to make content edits to videos recorded in Snap besides cropping, cutting off the beginning and the end?
No, that's a really good question. Within Snap itself, that is the extent of what you can edit. But what happens when you record these videos is they go into your managed demos section, and it will show up in your library. And then from there, you can download those videos. And if you're using Screencast-O-Matic that we've partnered with, or you've got any other video editor you're using, what you do is you just download it from your managed demos library, upload it into Screencast-O-Matic, for example, edit it, and Derek's going to have a great presentation coming up here this afternoon on editing within Screencast-O-Matic. And you can do that there, re-upload it into Consensus and send that out. So that is how I would go about that. Great question, though.
Yeah, I think that's it for questions, Miles.
Okay.